There is Vincent, our senior executive producer, who lost 150 pounds thanks to Medifast Weight Control Centers. How are you, Vincent?
Hanging out with Oil Change Girl this weekend. We did the lunch thing. So
how long have you been together now? How long have you been a couple?
We're not quote unquote together.
Sure sounds like you're together.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sure sounds like you're a
That's
couple.
what I keep telling her, but she remains unconvinced. But anyways, we're doing the lunch thing. Greasy Diner, sort of a regular spot for me. I bring her, and we're sitting there enjoying our lunch, debating the difference between Sephora versus Ulta in terms of beauty stores.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What was your role in that conversation, Butch?
She's a Sephora girl, and it might be a deal breaker. But
Wow.
But older gentleman.
What sort of feminine hygiene products do you favor?
Yikes.
Older gentleman. He's by himself. He's sitting a couple seats away, booths away, whatever. And older, he's overweight, and he's got a cane. So whatever. He's enjoying his lunch.
So you mocked him.
Yeah, but he was a little phlegmy during the meal.
Yeah.
A few times he coughed up. Coughed out loud and all this stuff. But, whatever.
Brought his own condiments.
But at one
I'll have that on the side.
Oh, Lord.
Right next to the sriracha. But at one point, dude starts coughing heavily.
Oh, boy.
Tons of phlegm, lung butter, like
easy
cray.
now. Take it easy.
And the dude, he had to get out of his seat. And he was on his hands and knees on the floor.
Oh, my
nearly
God.
just
my
coughing
God.
and almost yakking, and it was
my
something I'd
God.
never seen before at a restaurant. So immediately I thought of the end of Mrs. Doubtfire when Robin Williams got the Heimlich from Pierce Brosnan. But so we're sitting there, and we think I'm in my head I'm like, well, is he gonna die? And what's our responsibility here? Who is the proprietor of this restaurant, of this establishment, and shouldn't they step in? And it was just disgusting.
That is a great question. I remember we would talk about this sort of thing in one of my college classes. It's the idea that, well, this is a restaurant. He came in to eat, so the authority here is some geek who barely finished community college, but then rose up to be the assistant manager of a restaurant. And he's doing okay and good for him.
Right.
Not trying to run him down, but how now is he some sort of go-to medical authority? Why him?
That is funny, but that is what you would think. If he came in, you would cede your place to him. Oh,
Sure.
You're the assistant manager.
Here's the manager on this. Yes, absolutely.
You're the guy who showed up the most, so you got promoted.
Oh, yes,
so,
his burgers were always exactly right in the middle of the bun.
So now you're in charge of the old guy dying. Here you go.
we needed Michelangelo's leadership to the stairs.
Yes.
But he was coughing like crazy.
So the guy goes crazy, starts coughing at like an oil change place. Does the guy who inflates the tires rush in? I'll get this.
Well, that's a particularly tough one, too, Vince, because it's not choking's obvious.
Yeah,
I don't know what you do if somebody's just coughing.
I shouldn't have been interrupted.
Should I slap you or punch you or squeeze you? What do you want me to do here?
What happened next?
Well, I went on WebMD.
Punch him.
I went on WebMD.com right away. And
wow, look at you.
But because he was coughing, so it was to the point.
Stop coughing. That's what I would
based
do.
on my medical diagnosis.
Get it together.
There was air going through his trachea, so he wasn't quote unquote like there wasn't anything stuck. He wasn't going to die from choking, but something was going down.
Well, and he'd been coughing earlier. So
I was enjoying my lunch. I didn't want to get up, Joe. I was like, do I have to get up? And I'm comfortable in the booth here. We got the booth by the window. It's VIP section only.
My eggs will get cold.
Just got the onion rings.
And oil change girl, like I said, she works with kids. So after we're talking about it, and she's done the first aid class.
After they take the guy out with a sheet over him?
she's got the certification and everything. So I was like, well, would you give him the Heimlich? And she's like, I don't know. And then I took it to another level. I was like, well, would you give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? And she was like, I don't know. But
I don't think either one were needed. But you can't, if I'm coughing, somebody getting around me and squeezing would be the last thing I want.
That's not what he needs.
Sir, I got this. Relax.
I That's a tough one, though. With little kids, I'm ready to go on first date on a number of different things. Can't stop coughing. I'm not exactly sure what you do, though.
Hands and knees, full on, barking like a dog.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't even apologize to us for ruining our lunch.
No apology
People
whatsoever.
are so self-centered, aren't they?
Really?
That's a great one.